into the back boot. And reply finds one, but Benji going to be traded out. Now the swing into Talon. Stinger, as always, is able to find that headshot. Boot taken down. We're back into a 3v3.
Okay. Hopefully.
Talon wanted to take a more aggressive position just here at the bottom of row. Tucked away. With that recovered Bulldog, certainly can do some damage to drop down Balin, able to try it out, but Woot now putting it to use, finds himself a third, takes space, dashes across, headshot connects. Trent still alive, just a sheriff here in the hands of Rienz. The swing out, the chest shot, it takes him low, but he has to hold this. He doesn't have the time, swing onto the corner. Trent will be able to take it down, a Red Bull clutch to get G2 their second round win, with so many weapons, all of them now lost.
Yes, it's a win for G2. But this has got to be a moral victory for Heretics. The way they play against the utility this time, it's an immediate adjustment versus the previous round. Get Woot tucked underneath. The adjustment from G2 is to push Snowman to try to cut off Heretics as they swing in from spawn. But it's good Sheriff shooting that breaks that angle open, and Woot almost again turns around on its head. He has been so locked in today. And let's see if he can keep it up. But G2 now with some breathing room in the scoreline, able to find that much needed pistol win, able to get the follow-up, but the economy's going to be busted. It's like you said, all 5 players went down. Thrown to check. A bit of an up and over. A lot of smokes to cover this approach. I like this so far from G2.
Spot to try to buy some space, buy some time here for Heretics. A little bit of spray across, but not really finding any connections there. Wingman gonna be shut down, not able to lead the charge, not able to get that plan across, but Balin again with a Stinger, able to find one. Leap. Phantom in hand, takes out Benji Fishy.
Trades.
Defeated.
Loop 10, but now Leaf on the floor. 2 players left alive, Stingers for both of them. Balin down to 45, and now Balin just picked off. Small little spot there, Icy. Like he wants to play around with this time that he does have available to him, but Team Heretics already turned their sights over towards mid. Reading this. Weapon out. Fight found. Who's just backing away, and Icy knowing that he can't reroute, he has to go in.
He's one away from the
30
thrash.
seconds left.
Could be difficult as Heretics now is going to gamble towards mid. Seeing if that is going to be the attempted direction that Icy wants to take, but instead...
Should have enough time to get this play, but they can't just flood retake. Try to take him and intercept this.
The real question is he going to invest the thrash here? And is he going to connect?
10 seconds.
If they're grouped up like that, he can hit both.
He could, but it's still
no
such
time.
a risk. Tucks away, but now ping revealed. Backpedaling, dropping down. Manages to disguise it, tapping on the rope. But Icy needs to play this to absolute perfection. Drifts across over here, tucks away. Bottom rafters, the peak, the headshot, found on the one, the thrash, coming through, but he needs to execute immediately. Rienz just gets it on top. He finds the kill, he saves the round.
It's too close.
His Team Heretics not allowing for this bonus conversion. A would-be bonus conversion.
Oh, so close. Rienz there. Reads that situation nicely. Knew they had him down weak. Just went for it. Knew they had him trapped in a corner. Just kind of pre-fire through that angle. But I love this approach from G2. Using these extra layer of smokes to really cover themselves to get these short-range weapons to do damage. And the trades are beautiful. That usually is a good sign for the attacker side. But they just can't quite get that plant down in time. And just a little bit of a fumble there from Icy. Was so close to having a huge round for G2, but Heretics swings right back into the thick of things. However, their economy was pretty weak after that round. Couple Guardians, Bulldog, couple catches there with the KO knife. So they know there's quite a few at B, and that's gonna allow Rienz to slide over. Oh, Benji. So close. Going for the spray.
Trying to get that wall bang shot across on the Leaf. Now some spray out on the Bulldog, but Leaf able to back off, but Woot now in such a far forward position. Vandal in hand. Getting ready to crush their hopes and dreams. Hasn't heard anything, but oh, that drop down from Leaf. He must have heard it. Do they account for this? If he swings out right now, he'd be able to catch the ball. There's a push forward and Woot! He can't get any of them. Trent! He wisely turns to the side.
Foul.
The snake in the grass. Picked off. Reckoning now invested to clear out the site. Land can come through. Rans here at Raptors, able to find one, drops down, does get stunned up. Benji Fishy in the meantime, lurking with the timing, just off noted. Valen wise to it. Finds the punish, the man advantage here for the side of G2.
So difficult now for Team Heretics.
Right into the corner, challenge coming in. We're going to be savvy with that readjustment. Patek able to find Jonah P. Right now, it's looking to happen again. Swing out from Valen though is solid. Manages to find Patek. He's on the drop down. The hold on the defuse coming through. They've already gotten into half boo on the swing out. Finds Valen, goes up in the nest. And the Leaf just cannot intercept. He cannot stop it. And he cannot get the final kill. We're tied up 2-2.
Oh, Heretics getting away with thievery here. This looks so good for G2. They're so good in the post plant throughout this entire year. That's been one of the hallmarks of this G2 squad. If they can get the plant down, get into their positions, they are usually unbreakable. But there's so many layers here that they have to deal with. And they do such a good job accounting for it. They're able to deal with Woot. They're able to deal with Benji Fishy. That feels like it's lights out. All the other players coming from just the defender side of the map. But Boo's able to slip the net. Get underneath their noses. And just barely, Team Heretics right back in it. And it's Stingers, 2 Sheriffs again for G2. Find themselves back on an eco. Woot with the Blade Storm. Hunter's Fury for re-ends. Huge ultimates to play with now.
Here.
And Woot has been so good with this Blade Storm as of late.
Swing out from Woot, dash away, but it doesn't go deep enough. Ends up getting taken down. Again, the first kill, but Rien's still here. Finds Valen. Himself tucked.
You should
The
run.
backside. Lockdown now going to be invested. That Hunter's Fury is available, not opened up quite just yet. Just wanted to scout here with that drone. As they continue to just challenge forward, they'll just destroy it. They'll just pick them to pieces.
Who needs a Hunter's Fury when you're shooting like that? Just insane confidence.
Jonah to try to see if he can do some additional damage here. Rien's taking low. Benji Fishy taking forward space.
Whoa.
Solid headshot, but cannot find the follow-up. Rien's with 3. We'll get Heretics to the same and get them in the lead.
That's a colossal win in so many ways. And that's going to force a timeout from G2, but you don't have to use the Hunter's Fury there. That's massive. The fact that Heretics says, you know what? Nah, we don't need to hold back here. They could be a little bit further forward. Let's just go guns blazing. It's right by 410. We just have to clear those 2 angles, and they do. And that's lockdown gone. And that's ult saved. And now you've got a couple others. Now you've got the Viper Spit. Now you've got Patty Tech's ult. You've got that no command.
Got 3 monstrous ones for map control. With nearly that 4th, Benji Fishy just 1 charge off. G2 feeling forced to use another early timeout. Similar scenes to what we saw on Bind, similar scenes to what we were seeing from them versus Gen G just a day ago.
I mean, yeah, Josh trying to do what he can to get G2 back into this. Trying to find adjustments. I mean, the executes look really good for the side of G2. It's their post plants that are failing them. And that's a big sign of concern for this G2 squad, because again, one of their hallmarks this year has been really steady post plants. That's usually where they're doing a ton of damage in these attacker side rounds. Just getting into those positions, and then very few teams have been able to find success, but Heretics has no fear. They know what the win conditions are against this G2 post plant setup, and it's just to push them, guns blazing, and catch them off guard, and it's worked a treat. So G2 now able to get guns again at least, but now you have the operator for Woot to deal with potentially. He's on the B side of the map, is all the attention right now over towards A. A Nano cleared out there by Padatech, able to back down. It's at least a little bit of extra space, and Padatech playing right on the back of this cascade, looking for this early pick. He's got a little bit of help maybe from Rien's to set him up. Could use his own util, but right now G2 trying to figure out what they need to do to get around this corner. Drone as well confirms. Still, Padatech holds his ground. Is G2 going to be able to read this? It's going to be very, very challenging. Padatech finally swinging, catches Icy off guard.
Right as he tries to get on the pipes. Leaf does manage to answer one back. Rien's going to be taken down. Shock dart a little bit wide. Padatech still just tucked away in Woot, spotting one, and Jonah P going, yeah, not going to peek that angle again.
Nah, I'm good. I don't like what I saw there.
Commit the nano to the corner. Might be able to get at least a bit of damage here on the Patty Tech, if not the pick itself. See the uncertainty here from the side of G2.
They're pinging pipes. Maybe they just want to put a player up there,
30
try to get on top of Patty Tech, see if they could swarm from a couple different directions.
Swing and Spike on the ground, up onto the rope. He somehow gets the third, but Trent answering back with 2. Keeping the odds even for now. But Boo above, ready to strike. Hearing the footsteps, looking for the catch. Jump up, the peg shot through. Trent taken down as Boo drifts away. The Spike, just enough time to get the plant across. Attempted the wallbang shot with the operator, but Boo, plenty of time to rush forward and collect the easy kill.
Just a beautiful hold from the IGL for Team Heretics in a 1v2 and plays it so nicely. Able to get that spot onto Trent and take him down through the wall. But it's this early push out for Patty Tech to causes huge problems for G2. They're just not ready for this angle, and removing that Gecko from this round makes things oh so difficult in this comp that a lot of teams love to run on Icebox. Not having that wingman for the plant, not having that Dizzy to buy you a little bit of extra space, not having that Mosh to clear maybe behind the box or near screens, things like that. There are a lot more angles and things you have to account for as the side of G2 in those situations, and Heretics handles it great. And of course, Patty Tech, those 2 kills were phenomenal.
Still some investments here from the side of G2. Outlaw Bulldog to be the biggest ones. Disney not spotting Munch, Recon as well. Not getting a catch. Woot just disrespecting the snake bite, rushing across this one. Gets the spot there on a Balin, but cannot find the hit.
Oh.
Now he's down to 34 HP. An all-in gambit to try to find that kill, but it just barely evades him.
Now they're swinging over towards 8. Bought a lot of attention on the other side of the map. Benji might have got a spot of Jonah P there. Well, now they know for sure as he clears the turret. Everybody else walking right towards Rien's angle on top of screens. Gets spotted by Leaf. So Rien's tough situation to consider here. Don't really have great mid control. Finally, Benji's going to get there to make sure that it's clear. But he is going to be under a lot of pressure.
Recon picking him out. He's trying to stay elusive, trying to avoid. And what is that?
Whoa.
The dragon crosses here in the footsteps.
Oh!
Getting Leaf to boot. Rienz is absolutely indomitable. Pushing forward, gets himself a third. They're all aligned, and he collects the board.
Exactly. Chicken PC.
I mean, this Heretic squad has no give. Just insanely on point, insanely confident right now. They are reading these situations so well. And Rienz, I think, got a spot on Valorant as he was crossing outside of that high tide. Sees the tracers.
3 gone.
Yeah, that second one was filthy.
Absolutely disgusting.
And oh yeah, they've still got all those ults, by the way, because they haven't had to use them.
Just the lockdown.
Yeah, lockdown use, sure.
Revealing area.
It's a hollow win for G2. They want the rounds, but they just can't quite get them. Boo just bouncing back. Only one here on this B side for the time being. Looking for a tempo pit here. There's not much to flush them out. They could counter pit their way forward. Maybe just
Right here.
hunt their thieves and try to fish, but there it is. Pit now invested. Ping's coming down and space being taken in mid by Woot. So if they try to rotate back, they're gonna have to deal with that operator.
No util to clear this back angle if Woot comes from that way.
Icy does build this up on the hunt, knows that he's not within the pit itself. And there's a push forward though, Boo, able to find one. Might send out, but smoke integrity gonna be draining quite quickly. Gets himself back inside, maintaining the pit. Counter spray not connecting, Patatek still gonna be safe. You see G2 scratching their heads wondering how the hell do we get out of this situation?
They're stuck back here, completely trapped by this pit.
Jonah P instantly decayed down to 1. Would have to be a timing, a miraculous shot. He pushes out of this.
Oh my
Not picking
God.
anything. He's able to find it. Boom, gonna get dropped. Patatek over the top, also taken down. Jonah P trying to be the savior, trying to rescue them here. But the Hunter's Fury comes out from Rienz, and it manages to connect. Cannot interrupt the plant. That still goes through, but the man advantage now there for Team Heretics on the retake attempt.
Have to put up the high tide. Try and buy a little time. Re-ends. Be on point with those shock darts. Makes the defuse.
Tap coming in. Go breaking the pullback from Valorant. Not yet spotted. Swings with Benji Fishy on the wide angle. Able to find it. Nicey cannot get more. Plenty of time to defuse. Heretics continue to lock G2 at 2-round wins.
I mean, I loved what Jonah P did there. He gave G2 some hope, a chance potentially. But Heretics, the number is just too much. Losing a player early. Boo doing such a nice job being evasive in his pit to avoid the thrash. Not able to stop the plant, but it didn't really matter with that Hunter's Fury because it gets the kill. It buys that extra bit of space that Heretics need to push through. And the energy continues to flow for Heretics. Certainly getting some help from the crowd, but Benji Fishy, a perpetual energy machine on stage. The man is constantly fueling this Heretic squad to further and further heights. His play and with his comms, you love to see it, but G2 now going on for a 4-man hit.
Clear, but Icy swinging out, spotting that spike now taken. Reckoning having to be invested here from Valen, needing to create some space. Sync about to try and delay. Shock dart's going to be sent, but Valen finding just a bit of wiggle room to try to get this plant down. Can't take him off of it. Spike now in play here for G2, and now the pit as well being dropped. Hunter's Fury in the back pocket. Everything in the kitchen sink likely to be thrown here by G2.
But Leaf's so far away.
Standing ahead. Shock dart.
On down, Shock not going to be connecting. Big wide swing around here. The backside of Yellow. Flash to try to slow them up. Now the Hunter's Fury coming across. The Patek able to find one. Valen going to be taken down.
Oh!
What is that? The pin now dropped! Anna swarms in, but it's already been held to half. Leaf around the back, fights two, but he cannot get the third. Close, but no cigar. Team Heretics continue upward. Now 7-2.
How do they keep hitting these shots?
What happened
They're
to this
absolutely
NA
insane. Patek with another impressive double here on Icebox. They are just in cruise control. 7 on the fly. What is that, Patek? Just ridiculous. Just instantly swung up.
This man is breaking the game before our very eyes. Before this packed arena. Heretics ripping G2 limb from limb.
It's just brutal. G2 now back on an eco. Only a Bulldog for Leaf. The Valen Classic with a Stinger.
Enemy tag.
Then 3 Sheriffs. That's it. 1 away from a lockdown again for Leaf. Having some impact, but last time that lockdown fruitless for G2 in terms of getting around win. They'll be pushing forward. That op now shifting over towards 410. Back up in the nest. Patek up close and personal again, right by this orb.
And Patty slowly starting to take some space, swings in and Leaf likely looking at the mini-map, not ready for it either way. Patek more than happy to collect the kill.
Look at the instant rotations here from Team Heretics. They know that often Leaf is playing by himself, so they're going hunting towards the other side of the map.
Slow creep up, does get spotted, but Benji's right there for the trade. But instead it's just thievery. No exchange made, Boo. Pushing forward, catching Valen, tucking back the bite now, flying.
Spike planted.
Fall, Shock Dart, able to collect that kill. Push forward from Icy though, punished. And that leaves Trent now all on his lonesome. A 1v4, clean with the Sheriff so far today. But he's outmanned, outgunned, and outdone. A half by investment, but mercy not in their lexicon. Team Heretics continue on their warpath. They want a 10-2 half once again.
They are just storming their way through this map again. Just like we saw on Bind. Just like we saw the last time these two teams played this map. It was a 10-2 half on the defender side for Heretics. They are in cruise control. And oh, by the way, Patty Tech has another no command. He just used it a couple rounds ago.
Sure.
And he's right back on it. Because he is just fearsome. Patty Tech just pummeling these front lines. The orb here on the A site. G2 can do nothing about it. That's such a good shock dart.
I mean, he doesn't find the damage, but still.
Yeah.
You see just how cheeky and confident he is with this. Sova Util, 14-3-5 at the moment. It's better about sending that 0 point available to try to interrupt that drone, and it will.
Lockdown,
however, still able to get out. The timing decent. Fragment, there's the
Oh,
mouse.
it's so good.
And he's got it right towards that inner circle. The final pulse will shut it down. Not letting him get away with anything remotely easily. And now G2 evacuate the A site.
Unbelievable how on point Heretics are in so many ways. That right there, that could be tricky. It's easy to screw up that grenade because it has to be so close.
But it's all Woot all day over here at this B site. Dash in the ready to Dizzy, able to find the connection. He's hold his ground, tries to go for a timing. Tries to go for that no scope, but does get put down. A solid kill found here for Trent. The time bought as Heretics rotate their way across over to this B site. Man now going to the plant, the Thrash on the hunt down below, not spotting out anything, but okay, boo. Does end up getting detained, does get picked off. Trent on the exchange. Man advantage still there for the side of G2 as this util starts to be taken away.
Out of charges.
The Owl drone to check. That's about it here.
You get the call, catch on all of them, but Benji Fishy going to be taken down. G2 in a solid spot as it's just Patty Tech left, and this time he cannot make it happen. G2, they will push back. They will find themselves a third round win.
Last round
And that's
in the
massive.
half.
Their economy was going to be in tatters again, but now they're able to squeak through another bye. This time around, doing a really good job, being a little bit more patient.
One enemy
Even though
remaining.
that lockdown gets cleared, there's no rotate off of that. Heretics decides that with that many players there, that early spot on that 0 point, they thought, okay, well, still going to be an A hit. Leave Woot to his own devices. The Dizzy makes things very, very difficult for him and goes for the hero play. Comes up short on the barrel stuff. Patty Tech up on the pipes. Oh my God.
Dizzy not going to be cleared out. Patty Tech just having to drop back now. Going to be spotted out here by the recon. Benji Fishy poking out of that 2 window. Able to find Jonah P on the linger. That shuts down that flank. Going over the top.
Oh, Patty Tech.
Launch into the corner. Patty Tech just being flushed around this B side, flushed out into the open where he can be collected.
Oh.
Rand's dead, but able to find Balin, but Plant coming in. Boom. Some noise, taking some shots, trying to find that kill. Currently it's a 3v3, but this backstab coming in from Woot. It could be everything here for Heretics to get the 9-3.
Oh my.
Do they note this at all? Now, looking at the answer is going to be no, but Benji Fishy distracted as the alarm bot comes chasing. He gets taken down. Woo up onto the rope, cannot survive. Woot now making his presence known. Knives popped, up and over the top, spotting them out, but connection's not going to be found quite just yet. He knows that he has to go in for the challenge. He has to try to take them down, but he's being worked lower and lower in time, is being drained. They're not giving him the opportunity. It's well played here by G2. As Woot, not much he can do. They know he's got to try to go for this hold, but Trent will not allow it. G2 make it the 4.
That's huge for G2. And this round, they're able to keep Icy alive. And that utility of the Gecko, so valuable. You have the Dizzy to clear the early space, and then you have the Mosh to flush Patty out. Really start breaking things open there. Leaf gets up on top of board 10, finds a great kill on the screens. I don't know how Rien's got his. He was already getting peppered there. He's already getting aim punch, still able to find one, but
Got 4. Let's go.
insane stuff.
Yeah, gets it because he's Rien's. He's 15-5-5 at the moment.
Yeah, and he dominated on this map last time for Heretics.
Yeah, that he certainly has. Well, now we go into the halftime, but let's hear from someone we haven't seen in a little while. We've got Boaster standing by with an interview with Mika.
Hey guys, we have a very special guest here. Let's welcome Boaster!
He's still here?
We all joined in dancing. Now, I hear that you have a very big fan on stage right now. It's Benji Fishy. He's your #1 fan. What does it feel like now you're cheering him on?
其实我们都知道 Benji Fish 是我们 Boaster 的头号粉丝。那现在你站在这里看着他正在舞台上比赛，感觉怎么样呢？
I think Benji Fishy works extremely hard, and he's playing so well this year, and I think he deserves all the success he can get.
我觉得 Benji 是一位非常刻苦努力的选手，这一年他都非常的努力，所以我觉得他现在取得的成功都是他应得的。
Well, the score is now 8-4 in favor of Heretics. What do you make of the match so far?
那根据现在的比分来看 ，Boaster， 你觉得今天这场比赛你怎么看呢？
Yeah, I think Heretics are looking on form. They're playing so
Why is
well.
she
They're playing
translating to
together.
Chinese for Boaster?
I think in order for G2 to start winning, they need to start playing together as well.
他觉得现在 TH 他们整体的状态都非常的好，他非常的看好他们能够继续拿下这场比赛。
And finally, we hear you have a special message for this crowd. Let's hear it.
大家好，谢谢你们的支持。声音大了，
声音很大，大家很热情，热情。
All right, let's hear it for Boaster. Thank you so much.
谢谢，
谢谢。
我爱你们。
The man of many dances, the man of many voices. Got it nailed. Of course, the audience showing love, but him showing love for Heretics and Benji Fishy in particular with how they're performing right now. He's right. They do deserve it. The way that they've been fighting with a sub, with many people watching from home, has been immaculate.
No doubt. I would say there is some silver lining here for G2. This is a side of the map that Heretics struggled on against them. The last time they played, you know, it was just such a monstrous advantage that Heretics had going into that second half that it made it really, really difficult for G2 to ever find their footing because they only needed 2 more rounds. Or 3 more, excuse me. Pistol was won by Heretics. They're on the move to Wood. He's knocking him down.
He's already killed 3. Caught with util at hand, swings the corner, finds Icy. And now it's 4 players strong, just Jonah Peen left alive.
Unbelievable.
Spike planted.
Unbelievable.
Can he do any damage? A couple shots there into the shoulder of Rienz, but the headshot found on the opposite side. Heretics continuing, now 9-4.
You know, one thing I was thinking
It's gonna
about
be
before that
loose.
round started, I was looking at the scoreboards and I'm like, Woot's kind of not having the best map there.
Yeah. For him, he was playing a lot hotter over on bottom.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, well,
One enemy
Yeah.
remaining.
he's just reading your mind. You're the one who looks like Professor X, but
Yeah, well, that's
peeking in and he wants to shut you up.
that's why I got rid of the hair, you know. It improves my psychic powers, I swear.
Well, now G2 needing a miracle. They want to try to win out this round. Just the single sheriff here from Jonah P. Everybody else on classics. Of course, that Vandal in the hands here of Woot.
They're playing so far back. That allows a little bit of extra room to maneuver here for Team Heretics to grab an extra orb. Check. Gonna get close? Yes, they are.
My God. Just doesn't even give him an opportunity. Couple shots coming across. Hands out wide, challenging. I mean, Icy dead before he even hits the ground. He's all focused. It's so snappy. It's so instantaneous here from Heretics as they continue to push their advantage. The shock dart to try to solve it. I'm trying a little bit more. He will be able to answer one back, denying a flawless, but he cannot deny Heretics getting up to 10.
It's just brutality. I mean, if more players from Heretics can back up what Rienz and Patty Tech were doing, if Woot, Benji Fishy, and Boo come online, then forget it. Woot is feeling himself so far on this attacker's side, and they've got all rifles except for a Guardian now in this bonus for Team Heretics. A real opportunity to do some serious damage. They even have better armor, as they're able to slot 1 more full armor buy-in. So this is barely advantage for G2 with the rifles. A little bit further forward, that's nice for Icy.
Very nice peek out. Not getting anything off that recon ping, so just kind of reading where the positioning was going to be at. Expecting it, and it's a solid opening kill. One of the things that G2 have been struggling with in this series is capitalizing on these man advantages.
Yes. it has been a real struggle for them. And so many odd man situations that Heretics have been able to overcome. They're gonna sneak Woot all the way up into Nest for free. Icy sees it.
Nano's still at the ready. Cleared out, burned. And avoided.
Here.
Right now, rotate back across, Poison Orb set up. The flash comes in, Woot plays off it beautifully, but he's gonna be traded out. Valorant taking him down. No way to check for that crossfire setup. The punish is in. G2 man advantage, but another pop flash. Benji Fishy unable to come up with one. For now, they're holding him at bay. Staving them off and buying some time. The fragment locking 3 over its screens. Push coming in, but Leaf able to find one. Who cannot get the headshot line up there onto Jonah P. It's all the Patty Tech. He's only able to come up with a singular kill. Up over top of the rope, Jonah P finds it, and that's gonna be G2. Shortening the gap, getting halfway there. A 5th round victory.
And it's still just, it feels so tense right now. Yeah, it's a bonus for Heretics. And you never know with the way that they've been shooting. But Icy with a massive opener, like you said, able to dodge. Recon, Valen, huge kill onto Woot in the back. His drive-by here for Leaf, phenomenal onto Benji Fishy. Didn't even look like he stopped, but he did. Absolutely insane speed. Maybe now G2 starting to feel this tempo, starting to feel the speed at which Heretics can fight back, and fighting back themselves. Valen, oh boy.
Committing in for that orb grab does get the Reckoning online. Quietly backs away. All set up to just go ahead and further delay.
No ambiguity right now about what Heretics is doing. There's been no pressure on the other side of the map at all. There's no lurking player.
Just leading the charge. Leaf starting to creep back out of kitchen. Get himself able to rotate in a little bit faster here. Nano Swarm able to get a little bit of damage across as the Reckoning now going to be opened up. Trent able to find one, but traded out instantly as Boo comes up with that kill. The push forward to Boo, reestablishing his aim. Finds Leaf, Icy dead. And suddenly it's a man advantage here for the side of Heretics. Valen can do more. Plant coming in. The push up from Jonah P trying to work his way up through screens. There's the alarm bot. The vulnerable connecting and Rien's taken down. Cove now with the tap coming through. Assess out the positioning, but Boo, I don't think he's made any noise. Sat here, does find that headshot, doesn't make it close, doesn't make it costly. But G2 will continue to rally back.
Oh, Valen comes up massive there. There was a lot of post-plant utility left, but the fact that G2 gets ahead of it, because there's 2 shock darts still in Rien's bag, there's 2 nano swarms still in Benji Fishy's bag, and they're never able to get into a position to use them. Great awareness here. And also, once again, stuns are cosmetic, as we saw from that Nest kill.
Enemy remaining.
That looked like that might have been round with that Nest kill in the middle of the Reckoning, but Valen not giving up. This G2 squad certainly seen it too many times. They've been grinding. They know how to come back. They have the mental resilience. Woot's gonna pop the blades on this eco, a hero rifle for Boo. A few ultimates to speak of on the side of Team Heretics. They can get that space. Right now, just spreading the map. No death ball attack. It's just Benji Fishy through mid. A couple players here trying to use their util to draw some attention over towards A. See if they can set up for this Blade Storm over towards Jonah P's direction.
Nano cleared out on A, but now it's drifting back. Woot trying to go ahead and lead the charge. Still the best Jonah P at this corner earlier before, but now it pushes him out right into Benji's open and welcoming arms. Caught off guard though, Valen coming up with 2 critical kills. Who now dead? Catcher on the back, the first knife, not connecting. Hunter's Fury opened up looking for that kill. Can't quite make it happen. Shock dart not clearing. Spike not yet planted. Fragment in to try to buy some space and time. Heretics will be able to get the spike planted. Shock dart tagging up Patty Tech just a bit, down to 79. Recon into the open, no one spotted. Heretics, some blades and a rifle. Can they make it happen? He gets the fadeaway shot. Leaf gonna be taken down. Now into the 3v3. This would be a back-breaking round to win here for Heretics to try to shut down G2 and Woot. He finds himself a second. What is that?
Oh my god.
4 quick kills! rounds and no hope for G2. This man is unstoppable.
Woot is wiping them out. This is insane. The first fadeaway, not bad. Then he just goes crazy. 2 connect onto Valen and Icy in a row. Even Benji Fishy can't believe it.
And that's the only appropriate reaction.
Yeah, that was my reaction too.
And he's so damn young. He looks like he's been doing this for twice our lifetimes.
He's got a gift.
The hand of God. Unbelievable. These Heretics not wanting to cede any more ground here to G2. Bit of a half investment here from this squad. Brent with just a classic. Some ults to work with for a retake, but for now, have to play off the side, have to give up some space.
Shock dart not gonna connect. Plants above. Oh, Woot, this is so dangerous.
Considering challenging, he's just gonna be dashing out into his own cloudburst, gets taken down, but it doesn't matter because the rest of the team, they're flying outward, they're pushing off the site, taking the fight to G2's doorstep. And they have broken it off the hinge. 12-6. Heretics 1 round away from moving up 2-0.
What confidence, Achilleos. What absolute confidence they have to make plays like that, to sacrifice yourself. So Woot goes absolutely nuclear in the previous round, and then in this round, it's a completely selfless play, knowing that it is going to be really difficult for himself to get kills there, but he can set up the rest of his team for that aggressive push out of screens. And they just start knocking players down.
And what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
If you're the coaching staff right now, how do you say stop Woot from doing what he's doing? When he's doing it so instantaneously, when he's doing it oftentimes unescorted on his own.
You just gotta hope that your players can dig deep, that they can find that response in terms of their own aim, their own mechanics, their own decision making. Because I don't, in the round with the Blade Storm, I don't feel like G2 did a ton wrong. It's just, right now, they're so accurate, they're so fast, they're so confident. And you're seeing it in rounds like that previously, where that confidence bleeds into more success. It just kind of keeps compounding on itself and gives them the ability to make aggressive pushes that you don't expect. Yeah, it was against an eco, but so what?
I mean, we're talking about him. He's 4th on the scoreboard for his team. Rin's 29 and 8, still out in front.
But this was the concern, right? If other players other than Riens and Patty Tech started heating up, what do you do as G2? Yes, you've got ults here to work with. You've got the Thrash, you've got the Hunter's Fury, you've got the Reckoning. You've got a lot of ways to clear this pit that Heretics has. But are you going to be able to get there? Are Heretics even going to give you a chance? Because they're happy to just fight.
Leaf almost backpedaling into that one.
What a nano. Beautiful lineup.
All comes down to this. G2 running it back previously. A smaller deficit against this very same team.
And Rien's really trying to buy a lot of attention, and he's succeeding. Even investing a shock dart there. And just trying to keep an extra player or two shifted towards the A side of the map. So far, it's been working. Cut noise on the other end. And with the way that Jonah P plays so far back, he often doesn't play right behind green. So you're able to gain just a little bit of extra space and use that against your opponents. Love the way Heretics is working the map right now.
They just sussed out maybe a spot, a pixel out of place. I don't know what it is, but Woot finds the opener. Leaf able to trade one back, but then dead. Jump across the bush. He's getting himself out the safety. Benji Fishy still far forward, still finding value. Valen gonna be taken down. Pit now invested. Heretics want to end the map right here, right now. The push out from Icy. He's dealt with. Benji Fishy finds himself 3. He doesn't get 4. Looks to challenging for it, but it doesn't matter. Riens from downtown finds a headshot. 13-6. Team Heretics. They get themselves up to match point here in this series. One more map. They go to the grand final.
That's a harrowing affair right now for G2. Can they bounce back and do what Fnatic did?
Absolutely unreal scenes again here from Heretics. Let's see if that continues or if G2 can find their footing. One last opportunity with Lotus on the horizon.
I made it to my happy place. Got the sun in my eyes and a smile on my face. Yeah, I made it to my happy place. It ain't rained in a while. Woke up early today. I feel good. Happy faces. I'm so happy that I made it to my happy place.
Red Bull gives you wings.
the win streak continues for Team Heretics. They are just one map away from a grand finals here at Masters Shanghai. I'm Yingsun, I've got Mimi and Doug with me here once again. You guys, if this was the best of 3, they would have beaten G2.
And that's a rarity. 2 back-to-map, massive map wins here for Team Heretics. This crowd has been behind them the whole way, and everyone was up on their feet for that win. It's a second dominant map they've taken now in this series.
It just feels like their time has arrived, right? The memories of Madrid, they're gone. They're forgotten at this point. For them to be able to dominate the way that they have here with what's before them, it feels like this is their time. Their time is now.
They've learned. And I'm glad you mentioned the crowd, Mimi, because Benji Fishy, he seems like a fan favorite here. So let's take a look at him in the aim lab shoot around. And Benji was doing very well on that map. They all were doing well. It just feels like there's no weakness right now for Team Heretics.
Yeah, it feels like there's nothing to hang your hat on. There's nothing to like draw a little bit of hope from. It just feels like from top to bottom, every single person is shooting. Wood is just breaking the game on the way it's supposed to be played. Like, there's very little to no hope here.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're talking about playing as a team and being so good together, I think Benji is the linchpin of that. They're playing a lot of these late retakes on Icebox. I think Benji on the defense does such a good job of finding his timing to get his 1 kill, get his 2 kills, then get out, find the next moment to regroup with the team, and also to isolate that guy coming in on the dive. Round after round, they were getting the opening kills. Team Heretics was playing from advantages, and Benji, and especially Wood, were such a big part of that.
I'm glad you said he broke the game, because I'm with you. I'm convinced that the game no longer works because of Wood, because here he is in the Verizon high-speed moment. It's so effortless. This is what is crazy. It's just feels like it's nothing to him.
He does make it look easy. I think this last kill was the most satisfying. That one right there onto Icy. Like,
it's just sublime.
He's so, you mentioned it earlier, Mimi, when we were looking at his clip on Vine. He's just so fast. Yes. How many times did we see him push up B long and just like half a step, 1 tap?
And again, look, his crosshair is not on that last player's head. That is a flick. And it's not like a massively like impressive 90-degree flick, but his like tiny micro adjustments in his aim are so clean. You never see him over flick. You never see him over adjust. His mouse control is like absolutely ridiculous. The talent this guy has is out of control.
I mean, we have potentially 1 more map left, maybe even 3 maps left. I'm just gonna voice this into the universe so it does not happen again, because against Fnatic, Heretics, they went up on Sunset, they went up on Bind, and then they lost Lotus, Split, and then Breeze to get reverse swept. Does this sound familiar looking at this map, all you guys?
Yeah, rings a bit of a bell.
Yeah. I'm just voicing into the universe. I've said it now. It's not gonna happen. It's impossible.
Surely.
Yes, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
But hear me, if they can just win this one cleanly and finally get a 3-0, it would be so big. Think of every map where they're having to play the late game, or they're losing to a comeback to a team like G2, choking that final versus Fnatic, being the first team in the region to be reverse swept. I feel like they could put all that behind them if they just win this
Lotus.
last map.
Yes, they have to win Lotus.
Yeah, just win Lotus, get the monkey of G2 off your back, get Madrid off your back, and again, the reverse sweep. All of these things are kind of coming to a head right now here in front of the biggest stage that Valorant has had. So this, again, almost feels like Heretics can't let this one go. And I'm not saying that in like a cursey way or whatever.
It's not gonna happen.
Nonsense. Yeah, it just, again, it doesn't seem like there's anything that G2 have shown that's like, okay, they're doing that well, they can capitalize on, they can build off of it. There's nothing there.
When we've watched G2 throughout the tournament, I've always been the most impressed with their trading, their fundamentals, and how they play as a team, especially in chaotic mid-rounds. When the rounds get scrappy, when things get weird, they tend to do a great job of setting each other up for success and finding the right swings to play as a team. I have not seen that be up to the same level thus far in this series. They are getting picked apart by individuals. And goddamn are the individuals impressive. What Wood is doing is unreal. But still, there are fundamental mistakes. I think the micro comms are off a little bit. G2 really has to rally if they want to stay in this.
On the other side of this though, Doug, what if they could make it happen? What do they have to do on Lotus if they could do what Fnatic did?
I think the calling has to be exceptional from Balin. Here's the thing about this map, and I'm kind of worried about this, but again, if it's going to happen, it could happen here. Lotus can be such a swingy map. How often do we see 9 threes into 13 10s? You know, something like that. Like, it's not out of the realms of possible, and I think, again, I want to bookend what we talked about at the beginning of the show up until now. Valen has to be able to call a good game here, given that it's 3 maps, given that conditioning matters so much more.
Yeah, I mean, the last time that this got played, it's actually been played in both these series between these two teams. Team Heretics won at 13-9 the first time. The second time was after they let that comeback happen on Ascent, and they got absolutely stomped 13-4. I don't think that's an indictment of their strategic approach to Lotus. I think that was them being mentally boomed. But strategically, this team is really sound here. Boo's attack side mid-rounding, I think, is on point. Woot, as he is on every map, is excellent on the executes in how they set him up. But I have been impressed with G2's defense throughout this tournament. And I think starting on the defense, you really need something early. You cannot let this Team Heretics squad snowball another early lead.
I mean, if it's anyone, we said this before, that could potentially make this happen, that are resilient enough and are skilled enough and have done it before, Doug, it is G2. They have the answers.
Yeah, I think part of the problem, though, is, you know, we talked about how we can't let Heretics get a strong start. We can't let them snowball. They've done that, right? It's too late at this point. It doesn't feel like...
But every map is a reset. Every map is a reset. They've proved their mental before, but it is going to be really the most difficult test here in front of this crowd.
It will be indeed. We're going to take a look at Agent Select in just a moment for Lotus. Of course, this is where Heretics let it slip the last time they played a best of 5. But this time around, like you guys have said, I think they've learned from it. They know what not to do, at least.
I think Icy also needs to be able to step up in a big way. I mean, honestly, look down across the stage, right? Like, go across all 5 members, and somebody needs to be a spark, because you're staring down the barrel of this miracle run coming to an end in the most tragic way possible, where you're just getting obliterated across 3 maps.
It would be the worst way for this to end for G2. Both these teams are very familiar with each other on this map. We heard it in that interview from Neil. They've played each other twice before. It is so rare in a tournament to see back-to-back-to-back matches against the same team. So again, you have to look back to Valorant, to Boo. Now that they've learned their opponent's tendencies, now that they know them so well, how can they themselves vary their style, try new things, and maybe pull this off?
Yeah, and here we are, the Agent Select. What do you guys make of this?
I mean, nothing too surprising, right? Like, it looks like Team Heretics might be going for some switches within the specific roles, but still, it's the default comp. Both these teams really know how to play this quite well. Rien's on that Fade in particular is a guy who's always impressed me. I think him and Woot together are great.
It doesn't feel like G2 have found their footing from the very first round of this series, and I'm concerned about Heretics starting off on attack because they're going to be able to continue to dictate the pace. There's a really good chance they have a big lead going into half, not just because of the teams they're playing, but because of the map itself.
G2 need to concede less opening kills. I think we've seen it in the maps in this series thus far, and in the past on their Lotus, where players like Leaf and Icy will go for some of these forward things, go for jump peaks, and we've seen them get caught off before, which gives massive opportunities for Heretics to snowball, as they have thus far this series.
Yeah, and for me, not having the Cypher and switching over to the Killjoy as well is super, super interesting. They've always ran the Breach as well. G2, they like to do their homework. This is going to be a bit of a surprise for them too. So I can't wait to see how they're going to respond to this, because if they don't, they will be eliminated here at Master Shanghai. They will not have a chance in that grand finals, and Heretics will be going through, again, like you guys both said, not the team that anybody expected to make a final.
Yeah, and I mean, we're so used to seeing this default comp, it caught me off guard for a second, but you're right, the Breach Fade that they've always played on here has been great. I think they had a lot of really unique setups that they do with that, but I think you can play in some ways in a similar way, right? You can set up with the Fade, but really what this comp gives you is a lot better stall on your defense when you're switching over to that Killjoy, and also that kind of lets Benji be a little bit more flexible on his attacking side too, right? You don't have that cam to hold heavy for your 4-1s, but now you might see more like strong side hits, more of that kind of really heavy team play setup. It's a good change to throw this late in the tournament.
Yeah, because, I mean, how would you expect it?
You can't expect that, so I can't wait to see what G2 are going to do here. Achilles and Paper Thin. Let's see if Heretics can close this one out 3-0.
Let's see, indeed, one more map is all that Heretics need to get themselves into that grand final tomorrow. Another best of 5 for this squad that has looked absolutely on fire throughout these first 2 maps.
It feels that there is little hope for G2. However, this team has shown time and time again that there is no give up. There is no let go. They will fight tooth and nail, and they destroyed Heretics on this map the last time they played. They're going to be starting on that defender side, where they had a hot 8-4 start. Push out from Icy. They catch a lot of damage onto Benji, yeah.
Knocked down to 45.
Patty too. Just a huge start there. That's such a huge advantage in a pistol round. And now, a thought about B, but it's actually the door being opened.
This puts Icy in such a bad position where Woot is able to collect. Trent with a pullback. Gets himself out to safety, but does get tagged down to 78. Sees at the ready, gonna be sent, gets no catch. As Boo will be able to get him taken out. The C site now opened up. And the early damage advantage absolutely stripped away.
Double flank for Valen and Jonah P. Leaf on the other side. Benji. Oh, he's already dealt with. Jonah P finds him.
Double flank coming out now through Mound. Everybody clustered up together here from the side of Heretics. It's an absolute wall. Swing onto the corner. The spam looking good. Jonah P gonna be taken down. Woot able to find that kill. Now it's all on Leaf. Pushes up into the smoke, and Woot somehow nails that headshot. Heretics, another pistol round win.
I mean, this mid-rounding here from Heretics is so good. It looks like G2 has them in dire straits off the rip with so much damage being done by the paint shells. But it's a great call to stack 3 at the door, and they catch Icy completely flat-footed. He has no hope. And then they do some damage on the way in, clear out another player. And even though Benji goes down, that alerts them to the lurk. They're able to double stack the door from Mound and shut G2 out of yet another pistol.
Another deep paint shell going out. Taking a little bit of damage. Just Boo himself push across to the opposite side here. Forward presence, and they just spray in. They find 2. Fish in a barrel.
They could do no wrong. They are just absolutely on fire with their reads. Paranoia clears the back of Mound, but nobody home there. Making sure the box is clear as well. Get Woot fast-tracked to an early showstopper to that big 3K start. He is going to be 3 away now from having a potential bonus showstopper available, and all this space being taken by Patty Tech, just waiting at the door.
Slide up, Patty Tech, quick to readjust, quick to shut them down. Orb taken, Woot just 2 away from that showstopper. Spike will be intended to be planted here, as Trent gonna be looking for timing, but it's being washed. Rien's is just so very much aware of this. They get the reveal. They will take, oh, there we go. Flawless round. Even Woot capable of whipping a couple shots. But it's all good. 2-0, flawless, everything carried over. And it's another solid start. And now the showstopper's online.
Unbelievable for Heretics. They just are swinging and rarely missing. Okay, yeah, a few shots missed there. But the overall gameplay, the overall strategy is phenomenal for them. Contested C. Take advantage of the space that Patty Tech gained you over on A. Patty Tech so clean with that ghost. This time around, a little bit of extra util, sending the Prowler out to make sure that Mound is not going to have any unwelcome surprises for Team Heretics. They have such a fearsome bonus coming through, having to play so far back or G2. Look at where they are, all the way in Waterfall, because they know that the showstopper's coming.
Yep, just gonna send it. Patty Tech at the same time, able to find Jonah P, that late lurk. Right outside that B connector, he's able to find the kill. Leaf wanting the shield peek, but oh, yep, getting a spot of it. Put a couple shoulders in, a couple shots into his shoulder.
Oh, this is so difficult. G2 knows there's a flank coming, and they're trying to get ahead of it, but it's gonna be so tough.
He's not connecting, paint shells, little value. Paranoia will crash across, will find 2. And Woot holding, able to find 1. It's an answer back from Valorant, but now it's just these 2 players left alive. Blast pack up on top of the side, proper the swing out. Valorant able to shut that down. Woot gonna be held at bay. The time starting to dwindle, and Patty now arriving. About to make his presence known. The snake bite gonna be thrown down. Valorant, he's so damn low, he's so damn dead! Patty plays it slow! And Heretics crush once again.
And this is something that has been killing G2, is losing a player early. And even when they get the first kill, sometimes they've still been not able to convert, but this right here opens up the map so much, and it forces G2 to have to really press. And even though they're able to use a good paranoia to buy some space, get some kills, it's not enough to get the job done. And Patty Tech there with a beautiful snake bite reads that situation beautifully and continues to be an absolute menace.
Shadows traveling.
Bull Sheriff's one stinger here for the side of G2. Trying to pull off a thrifty. Get themselves on the board nice and early. Wanting to avoid the trend that we've been seeing. Sleep from the peek out. Shot there onto Benji Fishy, but he's able to backpedal. Now Smoke has to come out just so they can go ahead and pull away as well.
Got mound control, but a weak buy. Not much they can do off of it right now, so they're going to try to back up towards the safety of the Killjoy utility that Leaf has if there is going to be a C hit. And once again, Patty Tech is slipping through the defenses of G2. Made his way all the way to the baby door. Once again, they're calling the reinforcements, but this time G2 is holding the line. Blue able to dodge that haunt, and that's going to send a few players starting to drift different directions. However, doubling back.
The corral, yeah. Taking their way forward, maybe trying to audio bait a little bit there and make them think that the site has been evacuated. Into the back either way. Eventually finding some decent damage here. Is Patty Tech going to be held by the Seas, but Woot able to still find one. Patty Tech getting another. Valen, a headshot, Icy with one himself. Swing forward, he just can't get that reload off in time. Leaf now, last one alive versus 3. Spike collected and the plant will come through.
10 seconds left.
So difficult. So difficult for Leaf.
Spots him with that weapon just out of reach. Cannot collect it, will get taken down. Some kills found still, certainly some fight in them, but Team Heretics now 4-0.
It was some pretty good util usage there, especially from Trent. It's a great seize. Stalls as much as he can. Gives at least some hope to G2 in this round. See 3 players caught by it, and they're able to get 2 kills. Then Patty Tech, who is picking up right where he left off on Icebox. Tremendous 7-0 start. 2 away from a Viper's pit. And look at Woot, halfway to another showstopper already. And the ults are just starting to come into cycle here for G2. Icy with that orb grab, 1 away himself. Util at the front door. See if they can bait that out.
Right set. Oh, the TP up. Leaf ready for it. Finds that kill, and now Nanoswarm able to tear Woot apart. Gonna be just repositioning, getting himself in alongside Places patiently. No one checking for him. He's able to get both. Keeps him in with a pinch, and as Valen arrives, a headshot connects. G2 will find that first round win.
Yeah, Heretics goes for a pacey play, but they hadn't really identified the Killjoy defensive setup that Leaf was going to be using, and they fall prey to it. One taken down by the Nano. Boo just TPs into his death. A little bit over eager there from Heretics, but the confidence is flowing, and you can go for plays like that when you're 4 rounds ahead to start a map. You can go for plays like that when you're 2 maps ahead in a match to see if you can just brute force your way through your opponents, break them both mentally, spiritually. Oh, Icy. What a pick.
Fantastic catch. Shades of what Texture was doing to them on this very map. Good opener. Patty Tech not allowed to find value here in this round, not allowed to assist his squad, but Heretics overall still have been decent at fighting back when they have these disadvantages.
And it's tough now for Heretics because that showstopper's in play. So they're being very, very cautious, trying to figure out where exactly Icy moved over to, seeing if they can avoid losing a player, at the very least exchanging off that powerful ult. That's a big confirmation there for Trent. He's got that Odin too. Rien's Benji Fishy already dinged up. Boo as well.
They just want to try to overwhelm him. Meanwhile, TP over towards stairs, but yep, going to be intercepted. Valen wise to it. Denies that flank. In the meantime, he's inching forward, but not really taking too much space. Jonah at the ready, bite in hand. Out that left-hand side. Ping's coming down.
Left.
The paranoia. Crashing across, connecting onto Leaf the perfect time, but Wu also being connected on as the rocket comes flying out, and that's gonna be the Razes traded out. Leaf still here, still standing strong, and Jonah P now making his position aware to the other team. 4-2, G2 hanging in there.
They're just doing such a good job of denying any opportunities for Team Heretics to create space on the map. Every angle they try to take is immediately shut down, and right off the rip, that sets the tempo. Yeah, you lose the showstopper, but that's okay. You got the read. That allows Leaf to spray through onto Benji Fishy, getting a lot of info.
He TP'd above me.
And, he tried to, Jonah. He tried. You denied it.
Another attempt at a pacey take, the push out. Oh, somehow readjusts. Icy taken down. It's just when G2 feel like they're finding their footing, finding their groove. Who does that?
That's bananas. The fact that he turns on that is insane. I mean, we saw it from Trent earlier, but that is such a huge moment for Team Heretics because they maintain control of Rebel. But look at where Jonah P has gotten to. He's gotten all the way towards spawn, tucked into the corner.
And coming down, suspecting that somebody could have that forward linger, but they won't give it the time of day. Yeah, you can see Rian's watching for this quietly, not wanting to make any noise.
Oh, Leaf ready with the lockdown. Just if there's any pressure at B.
He knows the paint shell has already been expended. Lockdown now coming through. Fantastic timing play here for the side of G2. Once again, flushing them back. Jonah P, does he want to try to go for any kind of swing out here? Once again, flush against the wall. Here's them shifting away, shifting in towards A. As he swings the corner, he's not going to be able to get a catch.
30 seconds
Turret
left.
recalled. An alarm bot set up for him. The flank going to be noted, but time starting to run low. 20 seconds remaining as they get their entry here onto the site. Valency peeing out, keeps himself safe as that paranoia crashes across.
Spike planted.
Set up here in the drop, swing out to the corner, but Wu finds 2 more! Wu dead, but it might not matter. The pit's in play.
It's unfair. Unbelievable.
The clear out, the double swing, Leaf trying to isolate, trying to pick off any of them. Wu tucks back, draws the attention, and Rienz collects the kill. Well, Jonah, this guy who's been putting up incredible clutch performances throughout the tournament. This one just a bridge too far. The odds completely stacked against him. Just has to let this spike detonate and let Heretics get themselves up to 5.
Unbelievable. I mean, again, it's one of these rounds.
Well, Boo dies with spike.
Yeah.
That was fine.
It do be like that. But, again, one of these rounds where I'm kind of okay with what G2 does. It's just they get beat by better shooting. And it's Boo this time who's stepping up to the plate and knocking it out of the park. I mean, shutting down that Rebel push is insanity. I mean, he clears the haunt. He's looking over. Oh, my God. The second bullet goes right to the head.
So laissez-faire from him. Just casual little flick over to the side. Some of the rest of the team not having it.
No touching.
But now we've got the timeout call here once more for G2.
It's insane. It just feels like Heretics is so ready, and they had a triple stack on that angle that Boo got that double kill on. So they're so prepared for every push out that G2 wants to make. Every move that G2 seemingly feels like they can take, and that swing out of drop crumbles, and so does the round behind it. It's insane. This Heretics team
playing like monsters.
Scary as hell.
Down but not yet out. G2 a 3-round deficit, starting on the defending side here of Lotus.
Yeah,
chance to still run this back if they can find a couple more round wins, get themselves into a good position at the half.
Someone call the Inquisitors, because the Heretics are running wild. Unbelievable.
There.
Another
already.
Yeah, there's no raise here though for Team Heretics. This is all just a bit of a fake to kind of keep the extra forces that G2 planted a moment longer. I would expect that you would want to go for a pacey hit. But for now, maybe just an orb grab. As Leaf has abandoned the site, smoked the door. have delayed things enough that G2 is getting forces into place relatively quickly, and yeah, Team Heretics just can't find the opportunity that they want. That smoke, well timed by Valen. The door open, have to account for that angle from B, looking for those quick rotates from G2, our Heretics, and we're gonna be coming, so now they have to spread the map a little bit more, reestablish, or try to reestablish control for themselves. Haunt out, no contact off of it, still, Trent goes for the spray.
Actually, just a slight bit delayed, but no matter which way you slice it, as soon as G2 realizes that CO Orb is going to be taken, it's either the showstopper or that Nightfall on the opposite side. Gonna be, it's an opening spray, nearly takes out Boo.
Oh my god.
Nearly takes out Rans, they're both down. 10 HP, 11 HP. Solid damage dealt there.
30 seconds left.
Saving them off and forcing them back over towards C, where Icy's able to get ahead of this Nightfall. Push up through the poison orb, Icy collecting two, knows that Wood is just on the other side of the box and he gets it. The three pieces, the door once again tapped, just constantly revolving. Rans backing away from the alarm bot.
10 seconds left.
Plant can come through. Paddock Tech here at upper needs to do the lion's share of the work. Sees to try to slow things up. Push in! Manages to collect two!
Player standing.
But now he's all on his lonesome. 1 HP. Certainly impossible, but no! Paddock Tech! He fights back! Looking for the ace clutch. Jonah P, the slow creep forward! How does he do it?
No.
He is on his feet! The crowd erupts! As Paddock Tech shuts it down!
The fuck are they doing?
Unbelievable! Unthinkable!
Left.
Oh my god.
I'm speechless. This is just disgusting. Gets the one, gets the two on that angle. And then
Bro,
just
he
down
missed
to 1
all the
HP.
shots
Valen
there.
has him dead to rights, but Valen can't get him in time, and then he just spins, and he's ready. He just tucks in the corner and takes him down. And Paddy Tech is perfect. It's 13 and 2.
Oh my god.
And you can see G2
The
knows
omen. The
that
G2's
should have been
omen.
theirs. That should have been maybe the
He
turning
missed
point in
all
this
of his
map.
shot.
But instead, Heretics' run of absolute brutality just continues. They're unholy.
Just bottomless energy and haymakers in every single round. And the desk we're talking about at each map, a reset. You forget about the past, you just look at the present, you focus on the game at hand. But that is one of those rounds that sends everything that's happened in this series thus far echoing back through the minds of every single player on G2.
Exactly.
Paddock Tech, hungry for that final, hungry to send another America's representative home. And that might have just been the final straw. G2, all timeouts, burnt. Can they rally back?
I mean, what do you do? Again, not playing anything poorly, our G2. It's just Team Heretics is so on form. Okay, that's a good opener for Trent.
Double face, and that's going to be Paddock Tech taken down. Solid advantage. Spike going to be scooped up.
Still have that showstopper, though, for Woot. Trent, though, Nightfall for a potential retake if this does continue to be a C hit. Leaf left on his lonesome on the C site. That util right at the front. Blue there has to check the corner. They get both the nanos popped. They get the alarm bot cleared. So there's a good opportunity now for Heretics to maybe spread the map. They've baited out a bunch of utility. They know that there's no more KJ util except for maybe the turret. And he used the, yeah, nobody available.
For the entry.
Yep.
Going deeper, looking for a target, sends it, and he nearly finds Trent, down to 13. Just on a Campbell. Sight now theirs. G2 getting closer, getting ready for the attempted retake. It's gonna be the Nightfall to try to start things off. Chills out, spray across, Whoop gonna be taken down, Leaf able to find it, Valen with the stinger. Cleans up Rienz, but Boo still here. Benji Fishy in a more disconnected position, playing back over towards Mal, but now he's all on his lonesome.
Huge.
Looks like the timeout working a treat. Benji Fishy, it would have to be back-to-back ace clutches to deny this one away. He finds the first to swing out. He'll get himself a second. Damage still dealt. Some of these players from G2 not having too much cash, but they will get the round win.
Yeah, and once again, these early wins at A main, at A rubble, are really impactful for G2 and how they want to work the map. It makes it so much more difficult for Heretics to spread the map, to get a player lurking like PattyTech.
Enemy remaining.
They have to go for these kind of slower executes towards the C site. They're very happy to wait them out. Showstopper dodged enough. That Nightfall hits 2 players. I was kind of curious about Heretics there, if they were gonna send 3 back to Mound. Paranoia off the rip. Icy.
A very forward position. Jiggle Peak giving him quite a bit of info. Benji going to be tagged down to 30. Icy himself. Couple shots connecting.
So much util use. You've got the lockdown, trying to create space for it, but you're not really able to find enough comfort just yet, especially with Trent still holding the baby door angle. He's going to be backed off by the Prowler, but tricky position for Heretics to be in. Is this just going to be a B pivot right into the heart of Leafs utility? Continue towards A. Oh, they're going through stairs.
Towards stairs, forward position. That's where they want the lockdown to go through. They want to completely envelop this site, and they have. No real hope to try to take this one down. So everybody just having to pull back, having to respect this ultimate. As the spike now gets brought forward into the site, will be planted. Leaf as well noted.
Spike planted.
Quick clear on the turret, slow down. Benji Fishy though. Aware of this positioning, Leaf, does he think he just go ahead and try to go bang the box? He does not, and Benji Fishy nails the headshot. Snakebite gonna go a little bit too deep. Benji not held at bay, tries to flick up, still puts Icy down low, but now Showstopper online. Trying to lead the charge, but Rian's peaks, finds the kill, now PattyTech strikes from stairs. Trent dead.
Last player
And everything we've done now by Valen, the IGL, the captain. Seems like he's just gonna be going down with a ship. Finds one, but the time is just not available to him, but PattyTech cannot find that elimination. Swing out of the smoke, and Valen, he's finding the frags, but he cannot find that round win that they so desperately need. Spike erupts. He and Rienz will go their separate ways, but Heretics continue to stretch the lead.
Yeah, I mean, they're so good at getting through these tough situations, getting themselves to that position where they can use that lockdown. So aware of their space, so aware of what they need to do. And Benji Fishy wins a huge 1v1 over by the box and able to buy a lot of extra time and attention. And then Heretics get their players into positions where they can shut down that Showstopper instantly. Re-ends right there. Johnny on the spot to make sure that there's no hope for G2 in this half. And it is going to be at the very least a positive affair for Heretics on their attacker side. 1 away from a Viper's Pit is PattyTech. 2 away from another Nightfall is Rienz. Okay, there you go. That works.
It goes up over the top.
Yeah.
Not exactly the pathing I would have expected for Boo. Able to find 2.
Enemy remaining.
I mean, the man is just murdering over at A. He's by himself. The rest of the team's played outside of C. And he just massacres them.
I mean, there's just... It feels like there's no hope for G2. It feels like Team Heretics has come into today with impeccable mechanics. 4th, you got it. Jeez Louise.
Cannot be denied, cannot be put down.
Jesus Christ.
We'll have to see the replay to see exactly how everything unfolded as we get ready to go into the last round of the half.
Great spot there. Here it is.
Oh, just one by one they push and one by one they fall.
I mean, they're just so strong. And again,
and never has the word boo been more terrifying than it is today.
Look at now. They've got the Odin for the spam. Oh! Wow, the timing.
Get out. Doesn't even take that much damage from it.
Yeah, great timing on that TP. Fantastic stuff. So, hit used over at C to try to barricade Heretics from getting in towards that site. Jonah P all alone. Certainly gonna swing out, you would think, just gonna hold the edge. See if he can catch him off guard. Maybe they don't clear that angle, but instead, Heretics opts to try a different direction.
I mean, this is a double stack very far forward. Triple stack, in fact. Didn't even notice that Valen behind them.
G2 taking a play out of 100 Thieves book there, stacking players on top of one another. Turret, it's a little bit of info. Nightfall doesn't hit anything. You know you've got some space cleared. Leaf maybe flirting with playing out of the smoke, but opts to just wait this out.
He just has the Outlaw trying to get an angle. It's going to be so very difficult. Boom! He still snaps! He still gets one!
Filthy.
It looks like he's dead so right. He looks like he's not responding, but he still finds that kill. Woot now getting Leaf. Rian's already with Jonah Pace. Swings out and will be shut down. 2v3. But it's difficult to see how G2 could potentially get this round to try to make it 8-4 at the half. Aztec having to back away. Paint Shell landing near his feet, but time is dwindling. It is not on their sides.
One enemy.
Benji spotting the first, knows the others within the pit, and Woot will take him down with a shorty. 9-3 at the half. G2 on their last legs.
Switching sides.
It's bombastic, it's brutal, it's brilliant. Team Heretics are in cruise control to go to the grand finals.
What is
that? Is disgusting. They are just hitting unbelievable shots today.
One enemy.
And the reaction timing is just absolutely out of this world.
What do? You
die.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is the answer. But now, 9-3 at the half. We'll pass this back over to the analyst as to break down the action.
Thank you very much, Achilles and Paper Thin Heretics. They're so close to that grand final, and they've been playing so well. The consistency throughout these 3 maps, Mimi, is incredible.
It's been excellent from this Team Heretic squad thus far. This 3rd map, again, they have come out swinging on this attacking side. Boo, I think, is calling some great mid-rounds, but really what you have to look at is all of these late round moments, the ace clutch from Patatek, the multi-kills from Boo. Every member of this team is rising to the occasion.
And even when it feels like they shouldn't be able to get away with anything, I think that was round 11, Boo looked like he was asleep. It looked like he was looking at the mini-map or really not paying attention. Somehow just blindly turns, manages to get a one-tap anyway. And I think it's just so difficult for a team to respond to something like that when it feels like everything is going against you. Heretics, I think it was Seth who said it, it feels like cruise control. And there's no stopping this vehicle right now.
This team is so incredibly full of confidence. They have no doubt that they are going to win this series. And to put that in perspective is insane. Both these teams came in with low expectations, but for Team Heretics, playing with a sub, having to rebuild their ideas without a key player, having to adapt throughout this game, and having to play G2 3 times. And now in the match that matters most, up 9-3. They're only 4 rounds away from their first international finals.
I mean, they beat everybody else to get here. G2 are the only team they actually even lost to in this tournament, and they're about to get their revenge. They're about to get another grand final. But for G2, it's not over until it's over. You guys like to say this, so I'm going to send it back to Seth and Clint and see if G2 can get themselves back into this game.
All in all, has to start going into this pistol, something that has very much been eluding them thus far in this series. Team Heretics collecting the lion's share of those ever important rounds.
And what's insane, I mean, Woot has been wonderful today. Absolutely incredible stuff that he's able to do on those duelists. But Patatek, the 6-man coming in, has been absolutely pounding these last couple maps.
Oh yeah.
He is destroying G2's hopes and dreams.
Woot now forward space, gets the dink, gets the finisher, and he gets the hell out. IGL on the floor.
They're just different today. They are just different.
See if Valen here in this pistol can pull off an Angel Masterclass, or if it's all gonna continue to spiral out of control. He took back at bend. Shots opening up. He swings the corner, cannot reset for that 3rd elimination, but still does find Icy. 2 players now left alive. Spike recovered. Leaf trying to open things up over here at A. Finds one. Wants to go for the challenge. Spots him, kills him. As Leaf keeps him in this pistol round.
That's massive. I mean, Leaf has been a hero for G2 so many times this event. Able to come up with these big moments that can break rounds open. And he needs to do it more now than ever.
Back down to 50, but able to back away. Keeps himself alive. Spike now arriving. Lent getting ready to come through. Leaf drifting across the site. Working his way over towards drop where he wants to try to take a peek. And he's not quite ready for it. Boo. The instant headshot, the kill found. Tuck back into the smoke. Trying to pee up over the top, but the timing is found. They swing out. They get the kill. They get the round. Heretics up to 10.
Seemingly the beginning of the end, Achilleos. What a start there. I mean, doing so many things right. Obviously, it helps when Woot is hitting shots like that. And then they're able to set up this crossfire that's so deadly from Waterfall in the back site.
One enemy remaining.
Leaf doing everything possible, getting those 2 kills, able to get the spike over to the other side. But Boo has been so clean. He's 14 and 7 on this map. He has hit some disgusting shots and he opens up the drop spot. And then it's just a bit of a misread from Jonah P. Typically so good in those moments, but seemingly now the pressure, the situation, the moment getting to him in G2.
Once again, forward space taken over here at Mound. And it's backing away, but Woot gonna remain on that line. Has a Guardian in hand to try to shut it down.
I was actually rooting for
Marshall to
G2.
potentially be able to out-trade him.
I don't know what happened.
Needs to be the headshot. Do they opt to go for this? Same time, double push up here from G2. His shot's gonna be exchanged. The damage not found. Bit of space taken here as G2 try to scale up towards A. A Killjoy utility as well. There's Patatek there, waiting in tree.
All according to plan. For Team Heretics, they'd love to funnel G2 over towards that A side if possible, but right now, the strong side is A for G2. 3-2 split. Just trying to see if they can fish out one of those players over on C. 3 players here, though. So even if you're able to buy some attention, still have the KJ util. Still have Patatek to deal with the stinger. Ooh.
Playing forward, but it's going to be Woot. Finding the first, can't really steady to take down Leaf, but he will fall. A headshot across Patatek. Ripping apart Icy down to 43. Himself eating a little bit of damage with Benji Fishy behind trees, got the covering fire. Valen thinking that maybe he's gonna get a free kill. But nothing in this series has been free.
Oh no.
Icy finding one, but Patatek still holding the door. 11 rounds, 2 more to go. Team Heretics storming their way towards that final.
I mean, Heretics does not give an inch over to G2. Other than maybe Mound, but everything that they do there is intentional. Let them take a little bit of extra space and then shut them down. That hold in tree is so good for Patatek. You don't expect a second player to be in there. And Benji Fishy is waiting to just go for the bait. And it's hook, line, and sinker. Team Heretics on a bonus. Guardian and a Vandal, the big weapons, the big heavy hitters that they have available in their arsenal. Full rifles for G2. Certainly they can get this round.
Leaf expecting that jiggle peek. He's right for it, but cannot find the shots. In fact, takes more damage than he delivers.
Just so ready, so quick to react, our Heretics. Now they're gonna sneak Patatek into another corner. Try to see if they can bait this out, but right now, G2's attention is firmly towards A, as there's been no congestion of space around this orb, no congestion towards rubble. And that has to have alarm bells ringing in your head. And look at this, there's just a complete crossfire set up. Smoke does go down, Prowler out. Door open, here we go.
First contact here from Benji Fishy. He's going to be taken down by Patatek with the stinger at range. Still able to find Jonah P. Valen finding one. Push forward. Woot not going to be good for the kill. Just weakens him a bit. It's the plant coming through. 4 players still alive here on the side of G2. Woot upper, Guardian in hand. Rien's pushing his way through Link.
Oh,
weapon recovered. See if he can put it to use. The swing out, noting one, backs off. Very about a very deep flank. One that will not be found. After the fan out here from the side of G2, this round just seems unwinnable for Team Heretics, who needing to take some space, needing to find some kills, but Rian's going to be taken down, and he will not be able to find leave. 4 players left alive. G2 found a 4th round win.
It's just FF.
For what it's worth,
Just FF.
it's a good win. You keep 4 guns, able to get a little bit of an economy going, but not that that's actually going to matter too much, because it's only 2 rounds that Team Heretics would need. So maybe some confidence. That's probably the best thing you could take out of this round is G2. And, you know, maybe if you could start stringing 4 or 5 together in a row, then it's going to be in G2's minds that, hey, we've done this before. We've come back from worse, but certainly there is a long, winding road ahead of them. Not going to reveal anything. That alarm bot out way deep on mound there for Benji Fishy.
Placing swamp grenade.
The turret as well. Going to be cleared. There doesn't really seem to be any follow-up. The nano's gone as well, so all of Benji's Fishy utility, just information gathering at best. And now he's already pivoting. He's abandoning the C site quickly.
There.
And still continuing with this lack of contention for Rubble for Team Heretics at the beginning of the round. They're stacked towards B again, trying to see if they can find tendencies of G2 to be given that space at A. When they find contention right past the orb, then they pivot over towards B, potentially, but looks like it's a full-on swing towards C.
It's the alarm bot to alert.
Yep.
Poison orb emitting.
Goes off now.
You
That's
should
going to
run.
be the rotation starting to come through here for the side of Heretics. Still have Woot quite far away. The lockdown buys a lot more time.
Yeah, there's
30 seconds left.
plenty of opportunity now for Team Heretics to try to spread the map a little bit.
Trying to take a forward position. Paranoia going to be coming through. Pain Shell not going to be used. Just gives up that space. Pulls back away.
That's great. You baited out a big piece of this retake.
Haunt in. Spotting nothing. Pain Shell's to try and delay. Still available to him. Rand starts making his way through. 2 players here at Ben. Pain Shell flying down. Trent getting spammed out a bit. Trying to go in for the challenge, but Patatek up over the top. Able to find the headshot. Time, however, taking Jonah P. Slipping the net. Swinging around the back. They're all smoked off, but can he find the timing? He absolutely can! Valorant finds 3! Rand's finding 2, but he just doesn't have the time available to him. Jonah P. hearing it, drops down, finds the kill, basically midair. G2 keep themselves in this game. They continue to deny match point away from Heretics.
Yeah, this is the G2 that we're used to seeing this event, that uses their ult well, and then has follow-up plans behind it. Icy pushing space, gets so much attention, so much extra util. There's no real deep flanks available because Woot really takes his time making sure that there's not going to be another rotate over towards A. Even after that lockdown's invested, he's just hanging out. He's just waiting.
That's that energy, though, you want to be seeing.
Yep.
That talk you want to be hearing from Valen to try to inspire the players to make them believe.
Look, these guys have been through so much in their careers. You know that they still want it. You know that they aren't going to give up.
Quite a bit of damage there exchanged between the Omens, but Woot knocked down to 45. Crucially, Valen keeps himself alive after having everything in the kitchen sink thrown at him.
There.
Once again, though, it's a weaker buy for Heretics. Woot one away from a showstopper. Rian's one away from a Nightfall. So one way or another, you're getting some big ults in the cycle. Even though Trent one away from his, Jonah P a couple away from that Viper's Pit.
I'll find you.
For now, gun advantage.
Cleared. Benji Fishy trying to use the smoke against him.
Oh.
Backpedals. Bit of damage going to be found. As Rian's shifting over to try to reinforce this C site. Trent, orb right in front of him.
G2 really slowing down the pace, trying to take the wind out of Team Heretics' sails in more ways than one, but it's
30
map
seconds
presence.
left. My ult is ready.
Yeah, they grab the orb. They're going to invest the Nightfall.
Pull back the dodges there. Jonah P. Out lingering there. Out lurking. Patatek finds that kill. Benji Fishy just tucked back. A couple stray shots. Trying to find that elimination. I believe he does get a connection there onto Valen. Now down to 40, but still alive.
This is going to be so difficult. Sheriff's in a stinger. And the full rifles. Still a little bit of util haunts online for Trent. It's going to be challenging for Heretics to say the least.
On at the ready, the quick clear. Nothing spotted, nothing learned. Swing onto the corner, and Icy able to deal with two. Riens and Boo both going to be taken down. Boo just trying to get a wall bang shot. Pain Shell now going to be sent flying. Benji Fishy out in front of it. For the round already over. Icy collects a third, looking for more. He'll find the fourth. Flawless fashion, G2 continuing to rally back.
Okay. It's getting to be game on. Both teams have their rockets in cycle. Riens with that Nightfall. So an important round for Team Heretics. They could really stop the bleeding here. And they're going to take a moment to consider it looks like.
First time out of the series, I believe.
For Heretics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
Looking for these adjustments. Identifying, yep, we've been here before and we don't want to go through this again.
Yeah. You have everything you need to close this series out and head to the grand finals. You do not want to squander this opportunity, of course. But you need to take a moment to rethink how G2 is playing this. I think you need to rethink how you're contesting Rubble. I think you maybe need to give a little bit extra help to Benji. He's had a bit of a struggle on C site. His util setups are getting read pretty well, cleared out pretty easily by G2. I'd like to see a little bit of a change up, maybe a deeper turret, maybe the nanos a little bit further back, like behind the boxes on the way up the stairs towards C. If you're gonna do that, make it a little bit harder for G2 to read that. Let Benji kind of play off that a bit more, get some of those big explosive multi-kills that we've seen time and time again this year. Because the man is an absolute menace as an anchor, but a lot of times it's been on the Cypher, and on this map previously it had been. This is the first time we're seeing the Killjoy, this event, for him on this map. So definitely a little bit of an adjustment period for Benji. And it's again this early turret that's really out towards Mound. Is he gonna try to play off of it or not? The one way's there, set up for him, but so far G2 taking their time.
See if that timeout works a treat, if it's good enough to get Heretics up to 12, up to match point. Quick little drift away here from Benji Fishy, just gonna be giving up a little bit more space. As the turret does get cleared, knowing that that showstopper's on the opposite side, has to be able to respect that ultimate.
My ultimate is ready.
Jonah happy to just go ahead, grab the orb, and get that pit available.
And you have to be so cautious as G2. That showstopper of Woots could spell disaster. Could be the nail that begins to enter your coffin. Oh,
not cleared.
Oh no.
He gets spotted.
He gets lucky.
He's connected. Kill cannot be found. Shell's not in alongside that big utility. Now Leaf gonna be taken down. Peeking over towards B. Patatek able to find a very critical kill. Trent now drifting across Showstopper in play, but now he's deafened. Benji Fishy up over the wall. Finds that elimination with his talent. Quick to trade it, but now he's dead. Rand's taking him out, looking for a second. He's got it. He's got the third. And Heretics have series point. One more round. The grand finals in their sights.
Just a beautiful change up here from Heretics. Absolutely love the way that Benji Fishy plays this. He moved his util back, and he was anticipating that showstopper, hit himself behind the pillar, and struck after it was too late to do anything about it. Absolutely insane stuff. And the comeback, seemingly not real for G2. We are so close, and Woot still has that showstopper. Benji Fishy one away from a lockdown. Patatek one away from a Viper's Pit. So much to work with here for Heretics to shut this one down.
All that explosiveness available. The round can come to a very swift conclusion here for either side. Balin in a rough spot, but able to dodge out the lion's share of that damage. Tucks back, keeps himself safe for now, but still, heavy presence from G2 on this side of the map.
Yeah, they're really trying to maybe obscure this position of Boo. Seen a couple times this event. That corner has not been checked, and it has caused teams fits.
Woot. First the challenge. The swing in, the showstopper now to try to hold him at bay. Sends it up close.
Great seize.
Not that much damage going to be found, but now he re-swings out, finds Trent, trying to be quick to reply. 4v4. Benji Fishy down to 14. Jonah, Patatek, the Vipers traded. Still into a 3v3, still inseparable with that paint shell. Right at Benji Fishy's feet, takes him out. The plant now, Boo, does he go for the swing?
30 seconds left.
He opts not to. The smoke dissipating. The man advantage here.
So tense.
Cover going out.
And they clutch it up again. The wide swing, spotted. Boo faking the quick TP out. As Icy works his way forward, but he's not showing a pixel. Neither showing anything, but Boo able to suss it out. Finds the shot, but now he's dead and Rians is all alone. Larbot set up. Valorant in the corner. He cannot drag it across this time. G2, they stay alive.
That may have been the seas of Trent's life. They're able to dodge that showstopper, not give Woot any counterplay to push further forward, because there were so many players there for G2. Phenomenal reactions with their utility. Getting that paint shells kill as well. Very, very nice for Icy. And we go again. The heart still beats for G2.
Once more into the breach. But Ults building up here. For the side of Heretics still. Now the lockdown in play. Paranoia at the ready. Leaf would have been in such a rough spot. Turn their sights now in towards B. For Valen in a potentially risky position. Here's the TP. He goes for the push. And that's the spike now. Dropped. 3 players set on top of it. So we have traded places.
Oh, what a nano.
Nano gonna be sent. The jump out, the kill, the paint shell, the nano. As G2 continue to fight back.
The util has just been absolutely brilliant. G2 has such good reactions right now, but is it going to be enough to send us to another map? Turret cleared, identified is Benji Fishy. He is all but dead.
Everything sent at him. Prowler, Boombot, the push forward. Icy collecting the final. G2 closing the gap. 4 rounds is what is necessary to take us to overtime, to keep them in this tournament, in this series.
Well, now you've cycled more ults for G2. You've got another showstopper. You still have that Viper's Pit for Jonah P.
What a util dump.
Oh, it was amazing the way they read that. They're like, they're stuck at the door. Great call by Valen. Throw the mollies at their feet. It's great recognition and some laughs. Maybe for the first time for G2. Starting to feel like maybe they can do this. The hope is there. The dream's still alive, but only by a thread. It's a push towards B. Aggressive.
Oh, flush against the door, but nice return fire. Boo gonna be tagged down to 85. One right now on G2, spotless, pristine. Doesn't their way over towards A. Jonah P moving forward, just alongside the orb, taking a decent amount of space. Like door shut.
But are they going to remember back to the pistol when Benji was tucked in a tree like this? Him and Patatek worked this position so well. Are they going to be able to suss this out?
Patty starts getting a sense of it. The pit could just come into play immediately. Alarm bot cleared out. Push around the back side here. Icy hunting, sends the rocket. Not going to be able to find that kill. Boom! Somehow settings the aim, finds a kill, and Benji! He's done it again! Trent gets the plant, but now he's in a 1v3. The lockdown in play, and the hopes and dreams of G2 have come to an end. Lightning will not strike thrice in Shanghai. G2 are the ascended ones, but Heretics refuse to bow at their altar.
What a show in Shanghai here for Team Heretics. A 3-0 to send themselves to the grand finals to square off against Shanghai. And it is dominant from the beginning to the end. Team Heretics were in full control of this series. Starting with Woot, so hot today, and then Patatek coming alive as the match went on. Brilliant performance, and just